Hi guys, welcome to the Golden Cruiser. I'm Cindy, and today we're going to be talking about 10 cruise mistakes you should never make. So in this video, I'm going to go over 10 cruise mistakes that you could be or should not be making. So let's take a look at these 10 things. Number 1, never book your flight the same day as your cruise. Now this can be very dangerous with all the flight delays or the flight cancellations. You might not get to your cruise if this happens. So if at all possible, book the day before. Come in the day before, stay in an area close to the cruise ship. That way you can relax the night before and then get up early the next day, head to your cruise, and not have to worry about all the stress of maybe a canceled flight or delayed flight. Number 2, picking the wrong cabin. Now this doesn't mean that you picked an inside cabin instead of a balcony cabin or a window cabin. This means you may have picked a cabin in the wrong location on the cruise ship. So make sure when you're booking your cabin, take a look at the deck plans. Those are always on the cruise line's websites. Or if you're going through a travel agency, make sure and tell them that you want a location where you're not under the swimming pool because they're dragging those chairs out early in the morning, taking them back late at night. They're dragging across the floor. They have parties going on out there. Make sure you're not near the nightclub or anything that plays music late into the night that's going to disturb you or early in the morning. So check those deck plans and see where your cabin is located. Otherwise, it could really ruin your cruise. Number 3, skipping the muster drill. Now, a lot of people get on board, they're excited, and they'll head to the bar for a drink or they head to a restaurant to eat, and they don't worry about the muster drill. They just think it's an interruption to their cruise and they don't want to do it. And some of them don't until you hear your name called over the loudspeaker. The cruise ship has to have everyone go and check in at their muster station before they can leave the port and head out to seas. So you not going to the muster station delays everyone from getting out of the port. So make sure and do that. The best thing to do, like what we do, as soon as we get on board, the first place we go is to our muster station. We head right there. It takes a couple minutes. They usually just scan your room key or your app and you're done. Sometimes you have to watch a short video. Our last cruise, we just found a seat, sat there and watched this short, like 5-minute video. And then once you watch it, you just hit OK and they know you've watched it. You go over, they scan your card and you're done. It's not like the olden days where you had to go to your cabin, get your life vest, put it on, and then walk to your muster station, which could be up a lot of stairs because everybody went at the same time and the elevators were packed. And then you would stand together like out on the outside deck, shoulder to shoulder, smashed in, waiting for everyone to get there. And it could take like a half an hour to an hour to do the muster station drill. So nowadays it is so easy. Go in first thing, soon as you board that ship, you can ask them right there, where's my muster station? Or it will tell you on your app. We already know where ours is coming up next month for our cruise, so we know where to head to, or just ask the people right there when you get on board. Head there, get it done, and then head to lunch or head to the bar. Number 4 is phone roaming. Now, just last month, I saw a passenger that posted their cell phone bill was $1,300 because they left roaming on and they just checked one email. Make sure as soon as you get on the ship, you put it in airplane mode. Even if you buy the ship's Wi-Fi, you need to have your phone on airplane mode. If you do not, this is what could happen to you. A $1,300 bill just for checking one email. So it's very important to put your phone on airplane mode. Number 5, overpacking. And this happens to a lot of us. It happens to me. I always seem to overpack. Sometimes it's really hard not to do that because you think you need certain clothes just in case. Just in case it rains, or just in case it's hot, or just in case it's cold. So you pack extra things, especially when we go to Alaska. We always have a lot of other packing because it might rain. You don't know. Things change there at the last minute. So we're packing more jackets, more hats, scarves, things that'll keep us warm, and then it could turn hot. So we pack extra clothes then. And then there's usually on a 7-day cruise, 2 formal nights. A lot of people, women might take like 3 or 4 dresses because they're not sure which one they want to wear when they get there. Well, don't do that. Just take what's necessary. Pack some clothes that mix and match with each other, like maybe a skirt with a blouse that would also go with pants, or wear certain pants you can wear for a couple days and not have to wear a different pant every day. So just try not to overpack. I know it's hard because I always do it, but this trip I am determined to get myself to 1 suitcase instead of 2 because of the airline fees now to check your bags with Southwest. It used to be free, and so now they charge, and the second bag to put on board to check is very expensive. So I'm determined to get myself down to 1 suitcase. Skip taking any fancy jewelry or fancy handbags, purses, or anything, designers clothing like that, because you don't want to wear those things out in the cruise ports. The thieves look for that right away. They're looking for rings, diamond rings and designer bags and things like that. So leave those kind of things. If you want to take some to wear on the cruise ship, put those into your safe that's in your room if you have expensive jewelry you're taking, and don't leave them laying out, because when your cabin steward comes in to clean, that makes them feel very uncomfortable knowing there's something expensive laying out that they could be accused of stealing. So make sure and put those things in your safe, but just take some inexpensive jewelry with you if you want to wear that around. Don't even take fake like diamond rings and wear them in port, because the crooks don't know if those are real diamonds or not, and you might be targeted for something that's not worth any money. So just do that, and try to. Another thing I use is the packing cubes, which really helps me to organize. I get the ones that will zip down really tight and snatch the clothes down in there. And then I used a packing cube for like my undergarments. Then when I get there, I just take the packing cubes out of the suitcase, put them right in a drawer. So that way you don't have to unpack every item, put it all in the drawer, and then when you leave, put them all back in. You have your packing cube right in the drawer. I just hang up the items I need to hang up, and the rest just go right in that drawer. And that saves space also. Number 6 is late booking excursions. Now, if you're going to book an excursion, don't wait until the last minute, especially if there's an excursion you're really wanting to take. The most popular ones sell out right away, months in advance. So if you see one that you had wanted and it is sold out, you can check with other third-party vendors like shoreexcursionsgroup.com. I'll put a link right here so you can see it. They also do guarantee they will get you back to the ship on time, or they will get you to the next port. They have the same guarantee as the cruise line. I know a lot of people that have used them. They're usually a little less expensive than the cruise ship excursions, but generally they have the same ones that the cruise ship has. Or you can check with, if somebody knows of an other excursion place, if the ship has sold out on all the excursions you were wanting to take. Otherwise, book those way, way ahead of time. I know our Alaska cruise, some of those were booked out like 6 months ahead of time, so you really have to do that right away. Number 7 is specialty dining. Now, if you're really wanting to try specialty dining on the cruise ship, maybe like the steakhouse, or you have a special occasion why you want to go there. Specialty dining, for those who don't know, is a restaurant where you have to pay extra for it. It's not included in your cruise ship. Generally, it'll be like a steakhouse, a seafood house, Italian restaurant, or something like that. Well, a lot of these also sell out fast, or they'll sell out the time that you wanted to go there. So try to get on your app way ahead of time. As soon as these specialty restaurants go on there on your app where you can make your reservation, and do that early so that you don't miss out on that if that's something you're really wanting to do. Number 8, the drink package. Now, I've talked about this many times, if it's worth it for you to buy the drink package. Well, it depends on how many drinks you have per day with the drink package and what drink package it is, because the cruise lines all have different drink packages. Now, say the alcohol only package. Some cruise ships, it's just alcohol only. Other cruise ships, they add in things like coffees and sodas. Other cruise lines like Princess adds in gratuities and Wi-Fi. So it just depends on what drink package you're taking and if it's worth it for you. Now, if you're getting just a package that is alcohol only, you would have to drink at least 10 alcoholic drinks per day to really make it worth it. The drink packages can be very expensive, sometimes even costing 2 people more than another cruise would cost. So if you're not a big drinker, it's better to just pay as you go with those. But if you're wanting the drink packages, buy them beforehand, because when you get on the ship, they're going to cost more money for the drink packages. So figure out if it's worth it for you to pay for the drink packages. Every adult that's in your cabin over 21, if one person buys the drink package, the other ones have to buy it. Even if you don't drink, they'll make you buy it. So just figure that out if it's worth it for you to spend the money on the drink package. And if it is, get it early. A lot of times keep watching the app because they'll run sales on it. I know that Carnival did this. They ran a sale on it. Now, like Princess, their prices don't change because a lot of things are included in theirs. But just keep checking and see if the price goes down, and then book that beforehand, though. The same thing with water. You can purchase bottled water to be shipped, to be delivered to your cabin. You'll pay about $24 for a 12 pack, or you can purchase bottles of water at the bars. Some drink packages have the water included, but don't be afraid to drink the tap water. There is nothing wrong with the ship's water. They have an elaborate filtration system on board where they filter the water. So they'll have water stations like in the buffets. You can get water, poured to you at dinner, in the dining, in the restaurants. A lot of ships have bottle refill stations, so you can take your aluminum bottle or your water bottle on and refill that, and as many times as you want, and not have to pay for that. So don't feel like you have to pay for bottled water, because the water on the ship is just as good. Now, I have heard of some people drinking their tap water out of their bathroom sink. I've heard where you shouldn't do that, because some people with sensitive stomachs, it may upset your stomach because that water sits in the pipes longer. So it's best to just get your water out at the water stations and get that. Also, if you want the soda on board, if you want to buy a soda package, make sure and book those ahead of time, because you'll get a cheaper price than when you get on board. Or you can just take on the ship with you 12 pack of cans per person on the ship with you, and have those in your cabin and not have to pay extra. So just figure out what's worth it to you to pay as you go, or what's worth it to bring it on the ship. You can also bring a bottle of wine per person on board the ship, or champagne, and take that to your room and drink it. So there are ways that you don't have to pay for all these expenses. But if you do want to book some of these, make sure you book ahead of time, because they will be more money on the ship. There are other drinks on board that are included that you don't pay extra for, and those are like iced tea, lemonade, some fruit juices, coffees, decaf and regular, and an assortment of hot teas that come included. So that's the only thing you drink, like usually that's all I drink and I don't need a drink package, that's fine with me. But if you need those extra things, book ahead of time. Chair hogs. Don't be that person. They get up very early, they take a towel or book or something, they go down to the pool deck, they scope out a chair in the perfect location, and they put their towel and their book up there, and then they leave. They either go back to bed or they go to the restaurant to eat a lovely breakfast and then wander down to the pool whatever time they want to get there because they've reserved a seat. That is very rude. There are people that get up and they want to go to the pool. They can't find a chair because they're all saved. People have saved a group of them, or there's people all over saving chairs. So don't do that. The cruise lines have finally started cracking down on this, and now they will put a sticker. If they see no one has been to that chair for a while, they'll put a sticker on your chair or a sign that says if you don't pick up your items within, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they're all different, that their items will be picked up and they'll be held over at like the towel station or somewhere on the ship. So just don't do that. It's very rude to the people that are ready to go out there and sit down and then they can't find a chair because everyone has reserved them. And number 10 is the bill. You get your final bill at the end of your cruise. Usually it's shoved under your door late the night before, and then that morning you get up and see it and you are shocked. Things can really add up on a cruise. Your little card, your plastic room key card, or if you're on Princess, your medallion that you wear, it's so easy to just go charging things. It's like an unlimited credit card with no limit. You can just hand them your card, and you're charging, you're getting cocktails, you're getting sodas to pay for, you're getting the photo package, specialty dining, shopping, gratuities that were added, and the list goes on. And then at the end, bam, you have this huge bill and you're like, what happened? So you might want to give yourself a daily budget. If you are on a budget, you can set a daily amount that you want to use on your card and let the cruise ship know. That way, if you get to the end of that amount each day, the cruise ship will say, no, sorry, you've up to your limit today. You can't spend anymore, which is a really good thing if you're on a budget and you think you might go over. Or another thing you can do, is make sure and get your app up on your phone, the cruise app. You can check your bill on there. So what I do every evening when we're done doing cruise activities and we're back to our cabin just trying to relax for the night, watching TV or something, I pull up that app and I look through and see what charges I've been charged for the day and make sure that they're charges that we did. Because a lot of times you might get charged for something you didn't purchase, or maybe you only got one drink and it got charged for two. So if you check those out daily, then you can take care of them right away and not wait to the last day and go stand in that guest service line with hundreds of people with the same problems the day that you're disembarking. So if you get that right away, check it out right away, then it'll be a lot easier for you. So there you have it, 10 mistakes you could be making, or maybe you're still making, maybe we've all made. I know I have with that surprise bill at the end. I've been shocked a lot of times. I don't do that anymore. I check it every night now. So if there's anything I didn't go over, I forget that you guys know about, let me know in the comments below. So I want to thank you for stopping by today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out. So bye for now, and everyone have a wonderful day.